Hey Glam, let's do us some lash clusters. I got these two wispy and spiky lashes from Amazon, which will be listed on my Amazon storefront. They came with tweezers, instructions, bond glue, and the seal along with the remover. This is what the wispy ones look like. That is a set that came with everything, but the spikes actually didn't come with anything at all, but it's okay because we were prepared, period. So how I do this is I take the bond and I apply it on the lash. You want to start in sections, and then you go and hold the lashes by the close to like the end, but I kind of use it in the center because I want that tip to actually grip on the lash, if that makes sense. Sometimes this causes for the tweezers to get the little glue on it, but it's okay because we're going to actually use them to pinch it against the lash. When I tell y'all this takes time, it takes time, but once you get that first lash set done, then the other side is most definitely going to be way more easier. As I stated before, you're going to want to use the tweezers to clamp it together so it's more sturdy. And you also have to apply the lashes on your actual lashes, not your lid, because it just causes irritation and everything. And you don't want glue in your eye. You don't want it to burn. You don't want to cause any accidents. So make sure you are doing it correctly, because trust me, this glue will burn. I will say that this lash brand company, their bond burns a bit more. It may be because I use more bond this time instead of when I first tried it, and it irritates me a little bit more, like the scent, than the first ones I used, but I will link both in the comments. So the lash map that I am doing is 18, 18, 18, 16, 16, 16, and then 14, 14. And then I put a 12 at the edge, and I believe I put 14s in between each one to give it like a really full look. I stacked these, y'all. When I tell you I stacked them, they're so cute, and they also aren't heavy either when you stack them. They're very, very lightweight, which I love. But I do think that these lashes are very cute and wispy, and they most definitely give me that, individual lash type of look. Like, it really gives. I love it. Obsessed. My next set I do, like something that I would do differently, is make sure that the lash doesn't have like glue on the tips of them or in the center, because a lot of the glue transferred to my top lid, which I did not like. I was really upset about, but it still came out cute, and I used some glue remover to get it off my lid. As I go through, I try to pinch them as close as possible to the lash so it's very secure. I also try my best not to let it touch my lid because we don't want it to irritate. So here is where I put the glue in between, and I'm layering my lashes. Like, this stack will eat down. I don't know why I used this 12 at the end. I really thought it just gave a little bit more volume, which it kind of did. It just gave it like a cuter type of curve when I finally got it on my actual lashes. But when it comes to stacking, always make sure that you have glue on the lash that you are adding to your stack, and also put it like on the lashes. For each space or gap that I had, I made sure that I put a size 14 in between the two. So it just gives a very full effect and makes it look more appealing, because honestly cluster lashes are so spaced out, and when they aren't stacked on top of each other, to me they just look pretty much thin and flimsy, and that's not the look we're going for. Now it is time for the spikes. This part was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be, but I did like adding the spikes. To me, it really gave, individual lashes. So you see how on my eyelid, there's a piece of lash attached to it. You want to try your best to avoid that. So always make sure that you are aware of your placement and how to get the actual lashes to just be on the lash and not on your skin. And always remember to make sure you pinch it in so it's just more sturdy before you decide to seal it. Now the lash is done, we're gonna work on the other side. And y'all, when I tell y'all I did this side much faster than I did the first side, like literally I got it done quick and in a hurry. It's like once you realize what exactly you want to do, the next eye is like so much easier. So I did start off in smaller sections applying the glue, and I just felt like it was easier this way to get everything done. The one thing that I find challenging with cluster lashes is actually trying to get the cluster lash on your real lashes, because all this bond and glue, it sticks to the tweezers so much, so the cluster lash just stays on the tweezers. Kind of like you have to place it there, and I'm not sure how. I think if I had like two tweezers, or if I was using my fingers to actually pinch as I placed it, I think it'll come out like faster and more easier to apply. But right now, this is just what I've been working with, and so far it's working for me. everyone's lash map will not be the same even if you try to follow it exactly, because as you can see, my right eye has way more lashes in the front than my left one. So I decided to go without this extra lash, even though you see me right here trying to put it on. But I believe one of the sides, like, it just doesn't have that front lash because it doesn't fit properly and it just didn't look right. So I decided to go without it. So my lash map on my eyes are a bit different from each other, but it's okay. It still came out cute. Now we're on to that second layer. I'm telling y'all, when I say I rushed through the second set, I most definitely rushed through that second set. Like, you see how much glue I done put on in between each one of these? But this is where I can give you like a better view of how I put the 12 at the end and then the 14s in between each one, and it just made it so much fuller because you can see how it's so thin and it's wispy, but it's just too spread out. But once you go ahead and you add those lashes on top of those, it looks so much better and fuller, which I love. This is the final look of the lashes. I think they came out really, really pretty. One thing I would change is not put that 12 at the end because it just looked a little crazy, but it did make it fuller. Or I would try to, attach it better. But I love it so much. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Bye, Glam Babes.